Right, YouTube, how are we doing? We're back with another video. It's been a little while, not too long, about 8 days I think since I last recorded. We are currently making the pre-workout drink for our pool session. We are now just shy of 4 weeks out, about 3 weeks and 5 days, which is fucking nuts. That has come around very quickly. But we have MV Pre 2.0 going in today, trying to normally hold off on the pre-workout, but I think if there's ever a time to use pre, it's now when things are tough and we are in the trenches. Food is very low. We have dropped food down to about 2.6k calories now, which for me is ridiculously low considering I started prep on 6k calories at maintenance and now we are down to 2.6k. So feeling it, that's for sure. But we're going to have a whole scoop of MV Pre today with 500 ml of water pre-workout. Trying to track the water now as well. So what my coach wants me doing is just being very specific with the amount of salt and the amount of fluid I'm having per day, just so then when it comes to peak week, it'll be easier to make those manipulations, obviously, to get me ready for stage. So whole scoop going in. Probably going to regret that later when I need to do work, but needs must. Need a good session today. So hopefully we'll be feeling good. Going to put a little bit of salt in this as well. Little trick for you guys, even if you're not tracking sodium, little bit of salt in the pre-workout and even in your intra as well is incredible for just getting a pump, staying full. Honestly, it is such a hack. I mean, you should be really salting all your meals anyway. But yeah, not having any intra anymore. So EAA has been taken out now, which sucks because I really enjoyed my intra EAAs just for the taste more than anything. But yeah, we are now out on that. So intra is just water and a little bit of salt now, which is quite depressing. But needs must. So a little bit of salt going in. I tried to weigh it. I'm only going to put like a gram in with this intra now. So we'll see how that goes down. But yeah, should be good. We have pool today, like I said. I don't think I've taken you guys for a pool session in quite a while, to be fair. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think I've actually recorded a pool. It always seems to be like push at the moment or legs. Not that I train legs very often, obviously being men's physique, but I will throw some check-in shots on screen now of how we are looking. Last week we ran a back-to-back high day. We put about 1.2 kilos of carbs in over 2 days, so 600 spread across 2 days, and it went well. Like, we looked a lot fuller, but we were still missing a lot of fullness in the top line, which is crucial. So we know now from that data collected that I'm gonna have to fill up even more going forward, which is crazy. Gonna need a lot of food on peak week, which I'm not complaining about at all, but hopefully we can achieve that full sort of look that we're going for, obviously with the carb loading. So exciting times. Last dig now though, probably run another high day this week, I imagine, hopefully another double high day, collect a bit more data, maybe push carbs a bit higher. And yeah, also stay tuned in this video because after I take you through our gym session, I'm going to be talking about everything I am taking for my bodybuilding prep competition. Something you guys wanted to know for quite a while on Instagram at least. I put a poll up on one of my stories last night, talking about if you guys want to hear more about it. Obviously, very open talking about these things. Like I don't go out my way to hide it. So stay tuned because I will be going over everything I'm taking for my bodybuilding show, which is exciting. So we are, like I said, just shy of 4 weeks out now. And then we have booked in a second show as well, 2 weeks after my first one, which is a Two Bros regional. So excited to get on a PCA stage and a Two Bros stage, get a bit of experience across both federations. Then obviously the primary goal is to try qualify from the first PCA show to the British finals, which is around the 19th of October. So yeah, feeling good. Also got a client of mine on peak week at the moment who's doing a PCA regional this weekend. So that is exciting as well. A lot to take in, a lot to do, but very excited to kind of go through that process. It's my first time getting a client on stage, so I'm very excited. I'll probably record that as a video this weekend as well for you guys, so that'll be good to see, and we'll probably train at a gym up that way as well. I think we're in Wales, so Swansea way, which is quite cool, so I'll probably record whilst I'm up there too. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go and train some pool, and we'll get back to you guys after with everything I am taking for my show.
Might have to get
Grab one of those ones on the right.
push it in. Right, get one of these.
How's that one feeling?
I don't know how you make it. Why does the front wheels not steer?
It's like rear wheel drive, mate.
Yeah, it's like...
You should know, mate. You drive real well. Mate, how heavy is that cheese?
It's heavy, bro.
Bro, that's a fucking 6 kilo. Oh my days. Fucking size of that as a brick. Yes, people, we have acquired what we came for. Monsters. These are the best 4 flavours of Monster Ultra. Try and change my mind, but pink, white, fiesta, peach, the top 4 Monster flavours, absolute banging. Honestly, if you guys can come to Booker's or Costco, definitely do it for things like Monsters, things like coffee, because these are like £8 for 12. Normally you pay like, what, £1.50, £2 per Monster anywhere else. So yeah, we're just trying to find some coffee now because we are rinsing the decaf coffee on prep. I reckon that'll do the job. Here's what we're working with. 4-pack of Monsters, Evian water, decaf coffee, kitchen roll, bog roll. What more can you want? Right, people, we are back from shopping. Been a few hours, came back, did some client work. Like I said earlier in the video, currently peaking a client for her first show this Sunday. So that is all in the works, which is super exciting. So yeah, very, very excited for that process. We're currently chilling out there now. Hunger is definitely starting to set in, that's for sure. I'm definitely feeling a little bit more hungry, but hunger is good, means making progress. But anyway, the reason you probably all clicked on this video, other than maybe just to see me chat shit, is everything I'm taking for my preparation for the bodybuilding show. Get straight into it, starting with the ancillaries, all the support medications, everything I'm taking alongside my anabolic cycle. So, start with the more boring stuff, but the important stuff is we're taking Support Max. This is on cycle support. Everybody who is enhanced should probably be taking this. So Support Max, 1 serving a day, could take 2 servings, but blood work is looking pretty good for the most part when we last ran blood. So we're taking 1 serving of Support Max. The reason I take the strong Support Max, not like organ defense, because it has other things in it like vitamin D3, magnesium, so I don't have to supplement that additionally. Support Max on cycle, this is pretty much in year round because it is that important. Next one, fish oils. I've just got the Holland Barrett ones because, to be honest, fish oils are fish oils really. So fish oils, again, massively important, anti-inflammatory, really good, just especially at this point in prep where joints are just so sore. Fish oils are in, again, year round. So those are the 2 supplements I'm kind of taking for support alongside this. So also taking things like EAAs, although they have been taken out now. Obviously you've got your bog standard. Protein powder, creatine's been in year round as well, and obviously cream of rice, which is obviously food supplementation, but that is all in as well. Last 2 other supplements we've got here then is sleep support. So sleep, obviously being on prep and being on drugs is difficult to say the least at the moment. I'm probably averaging 3 to 4 hours per night, but again, that probably is down to me working very late. I do have a bad habit of working too late. I need to get better at setting a set sleep time. So we've got Train by JP's Dream Sleep. If I'm honest, it's good. Like, I'm definitely finding my sleep quality is better. It's got things like ashwagandha, 5-HTP in it. Obviously 5-HTP upregulates melatonin, which is really important for sleep. And then I've got ashwagandha additionally, just because this only has 400 milligrams of ashwagandha per serving. This has 600, so in total I'm taking a gram of ashwagandha in the evening after my last meal to help me sleep. It is good, it helps. Will I be running it again? Probably not, just throughout when I need it in prep, but when I'm obviously off cycle, cruising, I will go back just to hopefully sleep a bit more normally. I won't need to be reliant on sleep aids. I have been taking melatonin as well. Occasionally, I'm off it at the moment just because like you build up a tolerance to melatonin very quickly, and it's not good because you end up having to take fucking loads of it. Like, I was having to take like 20 to 30 milligrams, which is just way more than you need for melatonin just to try and fall asleep. This I find is a lot better because yes, I don't fall asleep as quickly, but my sleep quality is a lot better. Whereas melatonin, you literally just fall asleep quickly, then I'll wake up again a few hours later, so it's not really worth the trade-off in my opinion. So that's all of the natty stuff. Now let's get on to the more exciting things. This is what you all wanted to see, so let's go through this all, shall we? So we've got our telmisartan here, which is a blood pressure control. Again, cannot stress enough, guys, if you are going to be going on cycle and you aren't willing to spend the money on the support things, then you should probably not be going on cycle because yes, people always say to me like, oh, it's so cheap to do steroids. And yes, while obviously a vial of testosterone might be quite cheap, you need to obviously be able to afford a coach, first of all, that knows what they're doing, which is massively important. So yeah, I probably should have said this at the start, but obviously this is all under the guidance of a very good coach. I see my doctor regularly, I get blood work done regularly. I hate to be that guy who just bangs on about doing it all properly by the books, but it is important because I see so many kids and just other people nowadays get into taking cycles, PEDs, SARMs, peptides, etc., and they have no idea what they're doing. They aren't doing the prior research themselves. They aren't getting involved with a coach who knows what they're doing. They're not doing the necessary steps beforehand. So things like telmisartan, blood pressure control, if you can't even afford that, you should not be doing any anabolics at all. Again, you only take that obviously if you need it. You should be checking your blood pressure regularly, which I do every single morning whilst on cycle and just whilst using PEDs in general. Next up then, so what do we go for first? So this is everything we're taking in terms of fat loss for prep, obviously. So this would only be used in a prep scenario. So we've got clenbuterol, so that's currently in. That's been out in for probably, I'd say, 2/3 of prep. That will obviously be in now for the remainder of prep, then taken out. Things like as well T3, T4 here. So those are both thyroid replacement medications. That's in just to help with metabolism and thyroid function. That is in, obviously, again, that's literally been in for the last week. So that's only gonna be around for 4 weeks now, probably, and maybe a little bit in between shows as well, maybe post-prep if it's needed. But those will only be in throughout the duration of competing. Then they'll be taken out. Then last addition, which has been added in alongside, obviously, the PED cycle is Anavar. Again, that's literally been in for 1 week. So I'm only running Anavar for the last 4 weeks now, leading up to my show, just to help with training performance, because obviously, training performance in the gym is massively important for muscle retention. We want to keep training performance high. It's very important that we match the load. We try to keep strength as high as possible because generally it correlates very well to muscle retention. So that is why we've added in Anavar now. So that's been in there as well. That's pretty much all of the orals I'm taking. There's probably missing a few others as well, like vitamin C, etc. as well. Vitamin B12 I take too. A few other like small little multivitamins, but who really cares about that, right? I'm joking, you should care about that. It's the important stuff. Do not neglect it. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling on a lot here. Kind of had a lot of caffeine today. Definitely another thing I'm over-consuming massively is caffeine at the moment. I need to cut down. But I've said to myself, whilst on prep, we will utilise caffeine as when needs be for obviously training, for work blocks. But after prep, I will be on a massive caffeine detox because it's very much needed. So the anabolics, the fun stuff, everything I'm taking. So just for background, I've been taking anabolics for about year and a half now. I've been training for 10 plus years, natural for 8 years of those. And obviously the last sort of year and a half to 2 years been taking obviously PEDs for this bodybuilding show. Decision I decided to make because I want to go far within the sport. Like, yes, I love natural bodybuilding. I'm friends with some very good high level natural competitors. But for me, I want to go, I don't want to say go for more, but like I want that look, which I know for me, my height, I need to take anabolics to get to that sort of look. Yes, I could have kept training naturally for longer, and I did achieve quite a lot naturally in 8 years, but I wanted to really take to that next level, hence why I decided to make a decision to go on PEDs. But it's not a light decision, like I said. It's something you need to really think about for a long while and get in touch with the right people before even considering it. So everything I've been running on prep. So before prep, I'd only ever ran testosterone and a little bit of primobolan. So those are my 2 compounds prior to prep. Since starting prep, we are still on testosterone. we have added in Masteron instead of Primrolin, just because I think it's better in a prep scenario. It's also a bit cheaper as well, but they're both DHC derivatives. So Test and Mast, those are the two compounds we were running pretty much the whole way up until now. We have added in a little bit of Trenbolone acetate, which has gone in just for sort of, again, the last sort of 6 weeks here of prep, just because it is massively good at muscle retention. In my opinion, the only position where things like Tren, a very harsh compound, should be added is that last little bit of prep, just to really retain as much size as possible. I'm very much someone who genetically I can get in condition very easily because I've always been very skinny, but holding on to muscle mass is something I've always struggled with. So that is why that's been added. I pretty much came to the decision about halfway through prep. I spoke to my coach and I said, look, mate, like, I want to do very well. I'm not going to compete just to like dip my toe in the water and say I've done it. I want to have I want to be competing for a long time. I want to go pro, right? Like, I've got big goals within bodybuilding, which I want to achieve. So that is why I made the decision. I pretty much turned around to my coach and I said, it's funny enough, actually, after I was watching a PCA show earlier in the year, another first timer show, I saw the standard of the first timer competitors and I was like, right, I need to do better, because the standard is very, very good in bodybuilding now. It's obviously becoming more widely like known about and more people are competing. I want to do very well. I want to make a good first impression in my first season, hence why I'm willing to take these things, do multiple shows on different federations, get a good feeling for it all. So that is why that has been added in. Other than that, that is pretty much only things that have been added in. Nothing else is going in, as far as I'm aware, unless my coach obviously says so. But that is what we're running. Obviously, post-prep, we will go on a massive health phase for the next sort of 2 to 3 months before going on any sort of cycle again to get healthy, run bloods, see my doctor, etc. So yeah, that is everything I'm taking. Like I said, guys, I'm very open, transparent, but that doesn't mean you should be doing this too. I've been in the game quite a while. Yes, I'm still very new to the grand scheme of things to bodybuilding. Completely understand that. I'm not trying to sit here on my high horse, but I have been doing this for quite a while. I've got a lot of research qualifications behind me as well. Again, not that excuses me doing it, but I know I'm not new to this, right? So definitely a big thing, PEDs, and it's heavily involved in the sport. There's no point hiding it, right? Because it's very heavily involved in bodybuilding. Like, it's everywhere. Like, most people do take PEDs. Even your favorite influencers are probably taking PEDs. And the fact that obviously got people now name their channels after steroids is quite amusing, but it's just the way it is now, to be honest. So that is everything I'm taking, guys. Gonna wrap up the video there. Any questions, any insights, drop a comment, drop me a follow on Instagram, message me on Instagram if you have any other questions. That is it for this video. We are currently 3 weeks out as of this Sunday. I'm recording this last bit today on a Thursday. So we're getting there now. We're getting there. Next YouTube video for myself will probably be going to a show on the weekend with my client, taking her through her first bodybuilding competition, which I'm really excited for. So stay tuned for that, guys. Anything else you want to see, drop a comment below. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care. I will see you in the next one.